Hi guys, here are the instructions for your melody composition project. So first thing you're going to need a piece of white paper and a Sharpie. Sharpie works the best. If you don't have a Sharpie, if you have like a pen or pencil, that'll work too, but it won't make as dark of the lines. So you're going to make a staff. Okay, so the staff looks like this. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Okay, so I'm gonna make 5 lines. I'm gonna leave room on the bottom to make 5 more. There are my staff lines. Okay, then I'm gonna make another staff underneath that with 5 lines. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have 2 staves. Okay, I'm going to add my clefs. So the G clef, you start here, you go up and around, and then back around. Okay, do your best. It takes practice to learn how to write those. Okay, I'm going to put a G clef there. I'm going to put a G clef on the bottom one also. Okay, so there's my G clef. Then I'm going to choose my meter, okay? And the meters that you can use are 2/4, which is 2 beats per measure, 3/4, which is 3 beats per measure, or, of course, 4/4, which is 4 beats per measure. So you decide how many beats per measure you want to use. I'm going to use 2. So since I'm going to use 2, I put a 2/4 next to each of those clefs. Okay, that means I have 2 beats per measure. And up here it looks like I've got room for 2 measures, and down here I've got room for 2 measures. So I'm going to make my melody 4 measures long. Okay, so I'm going to put a staff line in the middle of each of those staffs, and then I have my 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. At the end here, I'm going to put 2 lines, and the double bar line signals that is the end of my piece. Now, if you want to get tricky with it, you can do a repeat sign here, and that means we repeat the melody. So to do a repeat sign, you just simply add 2 dots in front of those bar lines, okay? And then that means go back to the beginning and repeat it, all right? So here is your board to work from. Now, the scale that we are using is a C scale. Okay, my 5th graders have been playing this on recorder, so this should look familiar to you. Everybody else may not look super familiar. Okay, but we have everybody from Music Street on there now, and we see our bottom do is a C. Okay, and that's middle C. It's the ledger line there underneath the staff. Okay, so then we go to the next one, which is right under the staff, which is D. Then we start our finger staff. Every good boy deserves fudge. So we have our E, we have our G, we have our B. We have our F, we have our A, we have our C. Now I labeled these with solfege because in C, this is C do, C is do, okay? So I could relabel these with the letters easily. And remember, when singers sing, they use solfege. When instrumentalists play, they use letter names. Okay, so just so you know, those are how they match up. So this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F, this is G, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, and you can do any combination of notes that you want. Do you have to go stepwise? No, you don't. Here's an example of a melody I did. So here I skipped from C to E, then I skipped from E to G, then I stepped from G to A, okay? So this is an example of something you can do. Usually melodies will start and end on do if they're in major. Not always, but usually they will at least end on do because that tells you whether it's major or minor, and it tells you what note is do, okay? So this is an example of something you could do. Of course, you'd have to add 2 more measures, right? Okay, so here's a completed one, all right? So I added rhythms and I added melody notes and I made my own melody. So what does it say? Well, if C is do, this is a step, so the next one would be re. This is a step, so the next one would be mi. This is a step, so the next one would be fa. This is a step, so that would be so. And then that's a skip, so that would be ti, skips a lot. Then it goes to do, and the fermata means I just hold it as long as I want to, okay? So if I use solfege to sing this, it sounds like this. Do, re, mi, fa, fa, so, ti, do. And I held that one nice and long because of the fermata. Okay, if I use letter names, C, D, E, F, F, G, B, C. Okay, but since you're singing, you probably would use your solfege, okay? All right, so here's your template, all right? And then you choose what rhythms, what melody notes to put in here, okay? And then if you send me a picture, if you submit the assignment, then I'm going to send it back to you with me playing and or singing the melody that you created, okay? Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.